Hello, Linda. Hello, is it Kaylee? Yeah, where is everyone? Hello, everyone. I'm here. Lovely to see you. Hope you're all having a good Saturday. It's a bit wet and windy here. I think I say that absolutely every single week, don't I? Hello, Jay. Hello, Mel. Hello, Christine. Hello, Bernadette. Lovely to see you. Hope you're all okay. Hope you've all had a good week. Um, and you're having a good Saturday. I'm I went out for lunch today with my friend, so that was nice. It was lovely. South Africa. Is it Jemmy? Jemmy, is that right? Hot, 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 Mel, is it? Yes, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I'd like some of that. I'd like to be in a summer dress. I've got my wardrobe's full of that many bloody summer dresses that I don't really do winter. Donna is -3 in Canada. Oh dear. I bet it looks picturesque though, Donna, doesn't it? I bet it looks like a picture postcard. So you can't have it, can you? One way or the other, really. I suppose here in the UK we get a bit of everything. Yeah. Because I've seen snowdrops and I've seen some daffodils and some bluebells already because it rains, it's mild, they all come up, and then we'll have a frost. So we'll be great. Anyway, enough of me going on. So I'm on here to do my usual mini readings and my cards. With the readings, I will place the I will describe the communicator, and I'll give out 2 or 3 pieces of information. And once I've given that, then if nobody can take it, then I'm going to have to move on because I just feel like I'm not getting around to enough people. So hopefully that will work for us. We'll just see how we go today. Hello, Elaine. Lovely to see you. Hello, Donna. It's nicer than it was. We had 45 minus 45 with the wind chill. Blimey. Hello, Lucinda. Lovely to see you. Hello, Kirsten. Lovely to see you. God, we have got some, we are dotted all over the place, aren't we? Right. Okay. Well, you're here to see me connect to your loved ones. So I think that's what I need to do. I'm going to go to the spirit world first. So just bear with me. Right, I've got a lady with me, and I feel that this lady is I feel that this lady is mother. I feel like this lady is mother. She has that very motherly feel about her. I do feel with her that she would have passed the spirit world before her time. Okay. So when I say that, I feel that she would have, and I feel that she would have passed the spirit world with cancer. And I actually feel also as well that it was breast cancer. And I feel that this cancer would have been, it wasn't, it was diagnosed, but I feel it was diagnosed and treated, but then I feel that it came back with a vengeance. Okay, so this lady, she was about between 5'5" and 5'7", I would say. I want to say she had lovely hair, but I feel that she lost all of her hair, and that was a big thing for her. But I feel that she had lovely hair, and I feel it would have been down to her shoulders. I also want to say that this lady was medium build. She wasn't too slim, she wasn't too big. She was just a nice, a nice shape. I want to say that this lady would have looked after herself. And I want to say that she would have been someone who liked to look after herself. Okay. And I feel that she would have worn makeup and she would have had her hair nice. I'm not saying that she would have worn too much makeup, but I do feel that she liked to take care of herself. I want to say she would dress to suit her. So, she didn't conform. She didn't conform to any style as such. Oh, she didn't lose all her hair. Right, but did she lose some of her hair, Lucinda? Kim. Sorry, Kim. Did she lose some of her hair? Because I feel that she would have, her hair was her main, her main thing. This lady as well, she was more like, I want to say that the relationship that you had was more like, sister, really. I feel that you were really, whoever this is for, you were really close to your mum, really close. And I want to say that friendship and that bond, it was you would do everything together. You were like two peas in a pod. And I want to say she was quite a hit mum as well. Lucinda, can you understand any of this at all? She lost a bit at the back. No, I don't know. I don't think I'm with you, Kim. I'm not going to make it fit. She had lush hair and everyone commented on it. Right, you were really close to your mum. You were like best friends, Kim. Right, do you know what, Kim? I am going to work with you because I do feel drawn to your name. I just feel to her that her hair was really important to her. So I feel that when she did start to lose it, it was quite upsetting for her. You would understand that. Would you also understand with her, Kim? I feel that she was quite, I want to say with her, no, not all of it. She only lost a little at the back. Right, okay. But what I want to say about her, I just feel that relationship that you two had, it was really close. You would go shopping together. Yeah, I feel you would go shopping together. And I also feel as well with you as well that you just like the same things. Would you understand, Kim? Did your mum I feel that there was shopping was quite an important part, clothes shopping, because I feel that your mum liked to look nice, and I feel that she always did. She looked very tasteful, and it didn't matter what she wore. But I do feel as well with you and her that you would have so much fun when you went shopping. So much fun. And it was like, what do you think to this, mum? And she'd be the same with you. And I just think there was so much laughter with you, Kim, with you and your mum. So much laughter. Would you understand, Kim, that you would like, she's showing me like a little tea room. So whether you always went to a tea room or, had a cup of tea and a cake or something, when you went out, but she's showing me that and she's saying that, they were lovely times. And, you and your mum could sit there for hours. You could be gone for a day. You know, you could, and I feel that you did go out for the day, for days together as well. Did you or your mum? Did you or your mum like the theatre, as in musicals and things like that? Did you like going to see things? Why am I getting musicals? I don't understand why I'm getting musicals. I just feel that you would have gone and seen shows together. And to me, my sister took her to some tea room thing. Right, okay. But would you ever stop and have a cup of tea together? And I feel also that you would put the worlds to rights. You know, there was nothing that you and your mum wouldn't talk about. That's what I want to say. We do go out. You did go out for days together. Would you, right? Okay. And she's saying that you would. Was your mum quite funny? Your mum's making me laugh. So would have she have been quite funny? I just feel with her, she had this infectious laugh about her. Your mum loved the pantomime. That must be what it is then. That must be what it is. And I feel that she would just, oh no, it isn't. Oh yes, it is. And she just got into it all of the time. That's what I want to say about her as well. Would you also understand, Kim, that when your mum was diagnosed, I want to say she's saying to me that, you know, it was quite a lot for everybody, and I don't feel that she, yeah, it was quite a shock. I have to say that. But she didn't give up, your mum. I want to say that your mum was a trooper. She really was. She wasn't going to sit back and shy away from the situation. She was going to give it her all. That's what I want to say, Kim. Give it her all, and she really did. In fact, to the point where she was very organised as well, I have to say, towards the end of her life. And she'd organised everything for when I want to say she wanted to get things in order. Right, okay. So I've got the names. I've got the name Elizabeth. I've got the name Alice. And I've also got the name Maria. So I don't know if you can take any of those names. Elizabeth, Alice, and Maria. Okay, Kim? I also want to give you, the month. I want to give you the month of March. Okay? For something, I was going to say for an anniversary or a passing, but I want to give you the month of March. I feel that March is significant in some way. That's why I'm giving it to you. Right, okay. I am going to go to the reason that she's come through to see you today. Okay, just bear with. Okay, Kim, she's come through with an enormous amount of love for you. I'm very lucky that I get to feel the way that spirit are feeling when they come through, and the love that she has for you is enormously strong. She wants to say, okay, March was her funeral. That's why then it was very poignant for you. Okay. She wants to say to you that being your mum was one of the greatest gifts of her life. Okay, she wants to thank you for giving her purpose. That's what she wants to say. She also wants to say that she acknowledges, Kim, how strong you were for her. Okay, how strong you were and how you stood by her when things were hard. That's what she's saying. When things were hard. And you never gave up on her. Never. And she said she fought as hard as she could. You know, she really did. And in part, she said she did that for you. Okay. But she wants you to know, Kim, okay, that she's in a good place. She's in a good place. She also wants you to know, Kim, as well, that I don't know if you feel spirit around you, and I don't know if you feel your mum around you, but I do feel that she's been around you recently. Okay, Kim? She also wants to say to you that you are a strong, independent woman. Okay, you have grown into a beautiful woman. You have grown into someone who is empathetic, someone who is kind, but someone also who knows her own mind. Okay, that's what she's saying about you. And she wants to say to you, and I don't know why she's saying this, and hopefully you'll understand this, but she wants to say to you, always fight for what you want and never be wavered. Okay, that's what she wants to say to you. That's her message to you. If you want something, you go for it because you know your own mind. So that is her message to you. Okay, and she wants me to give you some daffodils. Okay, now to me, daffodils are what come in the spring and they're new beginnings. Okay, Kim? And also, I always see March as spring, which is when March is about. And what she's saying is that when you see the daffodils, know that she's with you. All right, Kim. So I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you very much for working with me. She was a lovely lady. All right, lovely. Thank you. Right, okay. I am going to pull a card. I am going to pull a card for you, Krish Pilley. Is it Pillay or Pilly? So I'm going to pull a card for you. So if you could just say hi so that I know that you've heard me. Oh, did you, Kim? Oh, that's wonderful. Lovely. So Krish, I'm going to pull a card for you. Let's see what card we've got for you. Right, Krish. So the card I've got for you is a card called Changing Direction. Okay. So this card, I will show you the card. I'm not very good at doing this, but I'll show you the card. It is a beautiful card. So I think they're on a cloud, okay? And there's a pelican and he's got a map and there's a baby angel, well, sort of like a toddler angel, and then a baby angel swaddled. And I will read the card and we'll go from there and see what it says. So, the changes you are experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open your heart to love and our guidance. You are protected now and in the future, so follow your path to the happy outcomes you desire. Okay, Krish, so would you understand at the moment that you're in a period of change, is what I want to say. I feel that you've got to a point in your life where you I feel that there's a shift coming for you. at the moment, Krish. And I want to say also that you've been feeling this coming. Would you understand that? That's the way that this card is making me feel at the moment. And what I want to say, Krish, with this change is that it's been a long time coming. That's what I want to say. It's been a long time coming. For some reason, you've been holding back, or you have been holding back, but you've been holding yourself back, okay, when you shouldn't have been. But now I feel with you that that it's all sort of like, now it's happening. Now you've decided, right, okay, yes. I feel as if though that you've been suppressing yourself without realizing it. That's what I feel. But now I feel you feel that now is the time for change. And I feel like it's a big whoosh. And it's like, oh, yes. Oh, my God. An epiphany moment. Would you understand that, Krish? Right. Okay. And it's magical. I want to say it's magical. And this is the pathway that you have always been meant to go down. Okay. But you needed to be able to let yourself realize that, yes, you were worthy of this. You're worthy of everything. I feel with you, there's so much that you've got to give, but there's also so much that people are going to be able to take from you, Krish. That's what I feel like. And I just feel like the world is your oyster. And I just feel with you that it is liberating, Krish. It is liberating. But what I want to say to you, there's not really much more to say to you apart from keep on this path, because this is your path. Know your truth and follow that, Krish. And don't let anybody try and put obstacles in your way, because this is what you are meant to be doing. This is how you are meant to be living your life. Okay? So you push on forward with it. You keep going with it. And my hands are tingling as well. My hands are tingling. So, and I feel like you have to use your healing hands as well. Okay. So I'm going to leave that with you, Krish, and say, wow, what a journey you've got in front of you. Right. Okay. I'm going to go back to the spirit world. Let me see who I've got. Okay. Right. I've got another lady with me. Okay. And I believe that this lady is grandmother. All right. And I believe that this lady, she would have passed to the spirit world. I want to say she would have passed to the spirit world kicking and screaming. That's what I want to say about her. She was a feisty lady. That's what I want to say. She was a feisty lady. She was about, I want to say she was no more than 5'5". And I want to say also she was quite a sturdy lady. Okay, quite a sturdy lady. I wouldn't say she was overweight, but what I would say was she had a bit of meat on her. Okay. I feel that she passed the spirit world with something to do with her heart. And I feel towards the end of her life, she got really quite breathless as well. So I feel that she would have needed oxygen. That's what I want to say. And she would have had to have had a mask over her face. I got to say that this lady was quite, she didn't suffer fools gladly. She, it sounds like your nan does it, Kristen. She didn't suffer fools gladly. She was quite a feisty lady. I also want to say with this woman that she was a really hard working lady, a really hard working, and she worked a lot of her life. Sounds like your husband's nan, Mel, right? Cornelia, what age? I feel that she made a good age. I feel that she made a good age. Kirsten, she was very feisty, but a good woman. Yeah. Do you know, I feel like I'm with you, Kirsten. So I'm going to work with you because I could just keep being drawn to your name. So can you understand everything else that I've said about her as well? She was, she wasn't any taller than 5'5". I want to say that, she was a really hard working lady. Oh dear, she's sounding like everybody's gran. I want to say also with her that she was no nonsense as well. No nonsense, Kirsten. And I also, but she was kind. She was kind. That's what I want to say about her. Would you understand, Kirsten, that you were quite close to your nan? Would you understand that? Because I feel that this relationship was quite a close one, and I feel you would have spent time. You would have spent time with her, Kirsten. Yeah, she wouldn't take no nonsense. No, she wouldn't. But she was always truthful. She was always truthful. And I've got to say that she gained a lot of respect for that. I've got to say that with her. She gained a lot of respect. If somebody asked her a question, she would give them her answer. If you didn't like it, then you shouldn't have asked the question in the first place. But I have to say with her as well that when you were a lot younger, right? Okay. But I feel that bond was really close, and I feel that you would have spent time with her. And I want to say that her house was always open. Her door was always open. She had that soft side about her, but she had this very strong work ethic, as in you only got what you worked for. That's what I want to say about her. I also want to say that her house would have been a hub. And I feel with her that her kitchen would have also been, yeah, that sounds exactly like your nan. I also feel that her kitchen would have been the hub as well. And as I said, she was always open doors. I feel she was always open doors. And if somebody needed anything, if she could help, she would. I've got to say that she liked a nice cup of tea. And I've got to also say, Kirsten, that she would have liked a strong cup of tea. I don't know if you remember that, because if you were young, but I do feel that she would have had her tea. It would have been in a teapot. I feel I can see her pouring it. There will always be a cup of tea on the go, a bit and cup of tea and a piece and sympathy. Right. Okay. Well, were you close with your mother's mum? Because I really do feel that this bond was really close. Right. Okay. Well, then I've got that nan then, because I know that I'm with you, and everybody else that can take it, please keep listening. But I know that I'm with Kirsten. Okay. She loved her tea strong. Would you understand also that she was a good cook, Kirsten? Would you understand she was a good cook? She passed away when you were a child. Right, okay. I don't know, maybe I've got the pair of them here. But I only feel like I've got one of them. Right, I'm going to give you the names, Kirsten. I've got the names. I've got the name Victoria or Vicky. I've also got the name Alice, and I've also got the name. That's an old name. I've got the name Maud as well. Maud, that's a really old name. So I don't know if you can take any of those names. And I also want to give you the month of September for an anniversary or a passing in September, Kirsten. So I don't know if you can take that. Right, she was a good cook, yeah. You don't know any of the names. Okay, well, they were the names. Maybe they'll come to you at some other time. Okay, right. I'm going to go to the reason why she has come through to see you. Okay, right. Okay, well, she's come through with an enormous, great big grin on her face, and she's still that feisty lady. She really is that no nonsense lady. Okay, she has come through with you today with some strength for you, Kirsten. Okay, would you understand, Kirsten, that sometimes you can find things a bit of a struggle? Okay, and when I say that, Kirsten, what I mean is that I feel that your gran is saying that you are quite a sensitive soul. Okay, and I feel that you feel emotion quite deeply. That's what I want to say. You feel emotion quite deeply. And I also want to say that you're someone who will give a lot of time to those that love you, or those that you love. Okay, that's what I want to say. But I feel with you sometimes that you look after everybody else, she's saying, but you don't look after you. Okay, and what she wants to say is, you do, right? Okay, what she wants to say to you, Kirsten, is that you need to believe in yourself. Okay, because sometimes I feel that you don't. And she's saying all that strength that you give to others, you need to take care of you, Kirsten. All right, you are the most important person. All right, and she's saying that she's here, okay, and she's giving you this strength. All right, I do believe with you. I do believe with you that you're stronger than you think. All right, you are a lot stronger than you think you are. As far as your brother's concerned, I don't have your brother, so I can't really say. I've got your gran, but your gran is saying to you, or your nan is saying to you, you know, you are stronger than you think. All right, and you need to believe in yourself. Okay, And she's saying, always trust your own mind. Okay. Always trust you, because what you say or what you think is right. Okay. You do doubt yourself, right? Okay. Well, you shouldn't. And I know that's hard, but your gran is saying that you shouldn't, because you're a beautiful, strong, intelligent woman. So don't doubt yourself, she's saying. Put one foot in front of the other. Okay. So I'm going to leave that with you and say thank you very much for working with me. She was a lovely woman. She really was. Right. Let's go back to another card. Right. Let me see. Who am I picked? You're welcome, Kirsten. You really are. Let me see. Right, I am gonna pick a card for. Who am I going to pick a card for? Who am I drawn to? Cornelia, I'm going to pick a card for you. I'm going to pick a card for you, Cornelia. And it's telling me to keep shuffling them. So, yeah, let me see. Right, Cornelia, I've got a beautiful card for you. The card I've got for you is Focus on Service. Okay. And it's that beautiful card with the angel. She's on a unicorn. She has all the colours of the rainbow in her wings. They are on a golden path. There's mountains in the back, but she's coming forward into the light. All right, Cornelia? So let me see. Your soul desires only to joyfully serve and to swim in a constant stream of bliss. This stream continuously feeds you everything you need. Put your entire focus upon staying in this stream of giving and receiving in every situation and in all that you do. So I feel that with you, Cornelia, what this card is saying to me is that you would understand with yourself that I feel that you have had quite a lot of ups and downs through your life, and I also want to say with you that at times life has been a struggle for you. Okay. And I believe that now, what I believe this card is saying to me, that I believe now is the time for you to put that in the past, okay, and to focus on what you desire, to focus on what you want. But I also feel with you, Cornelia, I feel that you're walking away from the mountains and you're moving forward onto a path that is open and ready for your interpretation. So basically what this card is saying, what you want in life is, you don't want a lot, but to be happy and to feel free and to feel as though you have some purpose, Cornelia. That's the way that this card is making me feel. But this card is also saying to me that this is coming for you. This is abundantly, I feel that now is the time for you, okay, for you to look forward to the future. And I really feel that I really feel with you that you can have anything that you want now, okay? You need to focus on your positivity, Okay. And I feel with you, Cornelia, I feel that you've been doing a bit of work on that. I really do. And I want to say that it's so full of colour and beauty, this card, and it's full of positivity, and it's full of what whatever you want, Cornelia, you can have. All right. And I really feel that now is your time to take that and to move forward and to push that back and say, no more. I'm going forward. This is me. So it's a really positive card for you, Cornelia. And I just want to say, keep that positivity and keep moving forward and keep being kind to yourself and keep telling yourself you are a good person and you are wonderful and you are beautiful. All right. That's what I want to say to you. So I'm going to leave that with you. Right. Okay. Right. Oh, I didn't mean to make you cry, Cornelia. Sorry, but it's very positive. Take my love. Take my love. Okay. Right. I'm going to go back to the spirit world and see who I've got. Okay. I've got a gentleman with me. Okay. And I believe that this gentleman is father. Okay. This gentleman, this man, I want to say he was quite a tall man. And I want to say he was probably touching 6 foot. He was a really tall man. And he was I'd say slender to medium build. There wasn't an ounce of fat on this gentleman. And I feel that he was quite, I feel he was quite a fit man. I feel that he, didn't overeat or anything like that. And I also feel as well, I feel that this man would have passed to the spirit world. He would have passed the spirit world with something to do with his chest. Now, I don't think that this gentleman smoked, but I feel like it was he struggled with his chest. And whether or not he had something like emphysema or something. I know you only really get that when you smoked? But I just feel that he was very breathless. So whether it was a lung condition or something like that, but I feel that that is what took him to the spirit world. Okay. Also, this gentleman, Linda, you say that sounds like your dad. I also want to say about this gentleman that he was a man of few words. I'm not saying that I'm just saying that he was a very kind man, but I want to say he was a very intelligent man. That's what I want to say about him. He was a very intelligent man. He was a well-read man. Okay. And I also want to say about him as well that he and also for some reason he's taking me. He's wearing. He always would look smart. He always would look smart. That's what I want to say about him. And I also want to say about him as well that I feel he would have had a good job where he would have used his brain. So he was someone who he wasn't overtly outgoing, but he was someone who he did have friends. I just feel with him that he was someone who didn't particularly like to be pushed into the spotlight. That's the way I feel about him. Okay. But he was an extremely kind man. You can still understand this, Linda. Mel, you say you can understand this, but it sounds like your granddad, but he was more like a father to you. Can you understand everything that I've said to you about him? The both of you. So he was a tall man. He was like slender to medium build. He was an intelligent man. He was a well-read man. I feel that he was a gentleman that would he was a gentleman that wasn't, outgoing and such. So both Mel and both Linda can take that, right? Okay. So would you both understand that he would have had a job where he would have had to have used his head? That's what I just feel. So you can take all of it. Right, okay. I'm going to go with you. I feel like I'm drawn to you, Mel. So everybody else, please keep listening. Okay. I feel, Mel, with you that you said you were close, but I feel that you had a real close bond with your granddad. I feel that you would have spent a lot of time with your granddad as well. And I want to say that he was very much a hands-on man as well. He used his head with everything, right? Okay. Would you understand, Mel, with your granddad, would you understand that he liked the outdoors? Because I feel that he would have liked the outdoors. And I just feel that he liked to be outside. Yes, I did, especially as a young child and teen. Yes, hands on with everything. And I just feel with him that he liked to be outside. He loved being outside, lovely. And I feel also with him as well, Mel, that you and him would have gone on walks together. I want to say with you that you were very inquisitive as a child. I feel that you're still inquisitive now, and I feel that you're an intelligent woman yourself. But I just feel as a child you were very inquisitive, and it was like, what does this mean? What's that? What's that? And your granddad loved that because it was, he found it very stimulating. And I want to say, Mel, as well, that you would have had some really good conversations with your granddad. And he would laugh. I can see him laughing at some of the things that you would say. And I don't know why I've got this in my head, but I'm going to say it. I've all of a sudden got a Rubik's Cube. You know those cubes that they came out in the 80s? I could never do them, but I've got a Rubik's Cube. So I don't know if he ever did one or you did one, but he's just said Rubik's Cube. I feel with him that would be the sort of puzzle that would intrigue him until he'd done it. But whether or not he did, I don't know. But I just got that. But would you understand that he liked puzzles? The first time you ever saw one was his one. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's why I was given that. That's why I was given that. I got to say also as well, Mel, that I feel that he, you say you were close to him when you were a child and in your teens. I want to say to you that when you were a teenager, going and being with your granddad was your sort of safe space, because I feel with you growing up and changing and evolving, like, as we all do when we're teenagers, that there was a lot of things going on in your mind. And I want to say that he was like a sounding board for you, Mel. He was like a sounding board. And he was really good at putting things into perspective for you, putting things into perspective and making you sit and listen. And he also would, he was your safe space because he didn't judge you. He didn't judge you, and he let you be who you were, but he would guide you, and you would listen. That was the thing, Mel. You would listen to your granddad. And you would take away from those conversations with him. I also want to say, he would have done a crossword in the paper. In the paper, he would have done a crossword. And I want to say that he would solve it. He would do it every day. Well, not every day, but he would always solve it. That's what I want to say. And I feel that you're quite good at puzzles as well. Right. Okay. So I've now got the name for you. I've got the name George. I've got the name Brian. And I've got the name David. So George, Brian, and David. They're the three names I've got for you. I also want to give you the month. Excuse me. I want to give you the month of May. Okay. And I want to give you the month of May for something quite poignant. And I don't know when it is in May. They've just given me the month of May, but it's something that's quite important. But you can take George and David. Lovely. Thank you. And the month of May. Right. Okay. I am going to go to the reason why he's come through to see you. Okay. Now, why has he come through? Okay, so your grandfather, he has come through. He's come through. Right, lovely. He's come through today with a lot of love for you, and also a little bit of a gentle push is what I want, is the way he's making me feel. He's come through and he just wants to say that, despite everything, the trials and tribulations of life, you have turned into a beautiful woman. Okay. You're kind. I want to say he's saying you're witty. You have his wit. And you have his intelligence as well. Okay. But what he is saying is that he feels that you don't utilize the intelligence that you have. So what he's trying to say to you is that you could do a lot more. You could do a lot more. All right. I feel what he's saying is that you have achieved, you've got your life, you live a good life. But he's saying it's like there's so much more up there that you've got to give. All right. And I feel as though he's saying that you sit back and coast along when there's much more for you to give. All right. And he's saying that you that, you do know that. And I want to say, he's also saying that sometimes you think about doing different things or trying something new, okay, but you never do. And he's saying that you need to, because you have something to give, all right? And he has been around you at the moment. He's been around you. And I don't know if you feel spirit around you, but he has been around you and he is there giving you that push. I'm sure that there's going to be an opportunity that comes your way, Mel, and you're going to think, oh, no, I don't think I can do that. Well, your granddad's saying, yes, you can. Have belief in yourself. Yes, you can. All right. And he's saying, if you ever want to talk about it, you just have to put it up there, Mel. Put it up there, and he will answer you in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, you keep your feelers out for him, Mel, because he is around you at the moment. All right. So I'm going to leave this love with you. And he's giving me a gift to give to you. And he's giving me red poppies. So you know that I think they're wild poppies. They're not poppies that you would buy. They're wild poppies. But he's given me them for you. And to me, they're really vibrant, and they're for you. All right. So I'm going to leave his love with you, and say thank you for working with me. You love them. Lovely. Thank you. That's why you've got them. Excuse me. Okay, everyone. Well, I've come to the end. It's been very lovely being on with you for the past hour. I hope to see you again soon. Have a lovely weekend, whatever it is you're doing, and take care. And I'll see you all again soon. See you later. Bye.